everyone, this is your girl Sully Sims and welcome back to another video. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and of course welcome back if you have been following me. So it's been a while since I last did a video, and I've been doing the 100-day creativity challenge. I'm not always able to do a recording every single week like I want to. So this is several weeks behind where it's supposed to be. So I have been following, like I said, the 100-day creativity challenge. Of course, I will link it in the description box below. The great thing about it is that you have the option to do so many different styles of builds and characters that you don't normally get a chance to do. So I have been alternating between a sim and a build, So this time around we're doing the build corresponding to the sim that I did the last time, which is Chelsea Shepherd. Of course, again, I will be linking it to the top of the screen. So Chelsea Shepherd is a book lover sim, and I created this book lover's cottage for her out in Brindleton Bay. I felt that it suited it. I wanted her to have like a type of cozy cottage on the beach where she has spectacular views, etc. She got this, of course, for a steal of a deal. I do, as usual, go a little bit overboard with plants. I just love plants. I love having plants in my own personal life, and I like to incorporate it into my Sims' lives as well. There was a time when I was doing this and I thought, oh my gosh, Soli, you're making this look like it's some gardener's or plant lover oasis type place, you know. But I think that it suited it. I think that it suited her. I did liberally incorporate books every once in a while everywhere. I didn't do too much in regards to like what you call that, stacks and stacks of books like in a library form. I did think of that. I actually thought of giving her a sunroom that was just like a whole bunch of just books, but I also wanted it to be small and cozy, and I mean I could have incorporated it in, but I decided to do it like this instead. So she does have a front and a back porch, and I did want to give her some kind of low maintenance pet. And one of my subscribers, Miss Lily B Sims, who has her own YouTube channel, by the way, she does amazing videos there. She suggested she suggested that I do a chicken coop, and it's a fun idea. It's very fun and very unique, so that's what I decided to do. I put in a chicken coop in the back, but we'll come back to that. Initially I kind of wanted the house to be lighter tones, which is why I wanted to do the greens, but I felt that it was I wanted the doors and the windows to have green influences in them. I wanted the house itself to be a wooden structure with stone as well. But for some reason I couldn't get the matching wood tones, which drives me crazy, and I just felt like it was so many different types of wood tones. I eventually changed the all the wood patterns to be as close as to resemble as closely as possible all around the house, and I just went with that instead. I just decided that that's the way that I wanted to go. I was still a little bit iffy about doing the green windowsills and doors, etc., but and inside of the house even has lots of hints of green. You guys will see. You guys will see. But yeah, I decided that is what I wanted to go with. So I gave her a lot of what I think is low maintenance plants as well. So these basically maybe she has it trimmed every once in a while, not necessarily by her, because I don't quite imagine her being the outdoor gardening sort. So that is why she has like all those little pots and plants and stuff, but these are very low maintenance plants, some things that she doesn't have to take care of too much herself, you know, just kind of let it run wild and then just trim it occasionally. I did put in 3 gardening pots, but these are the very small ones, and I only put in soybeans in. I don't even know if it's the right season for soybeans, but I put it in for her. She'll plant it eventually. I don't even know why I put in soybean either. Anyway, but a little bit more about Chelsea Shepherd, who is, if I can't remember if I mentioned her name, she's the one who's leaving her. Anyway, she is a book lover and she works in a bookstore. And she does have a girlfriend who is just a little bit older than she is. They don't live together as yet. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath cabin or cottage or whatever. You know, actually, guys, on saying the bath, I had already done everything else, and then I remembered when I was going upstairs to do the bedroom, like, oh my goodness, I didn't do a bathroom for her. Like, where is she supposed to use the bathroom? So even if she has guests over, they still have to trudge all the way up the stairs and then get get to the bathroom through her bedroom. Ugh. So, but even a bedroom is kind of like a loft area. Anyway, we'll come to that. So so she had a troubled childhood, and her mom was not there for her. Like, she was a little bit neglected, I should say, and her father was an alcoholic. She fell into reading to escape, just to get away from everything that was going wrong with her life, and it's just evolved into, and shaped her rather, into who she is today. So she did attempt to go to college. She actually wanted to try to get a degree in fitness, but that never worked out. That never worked out for her. She just wasn't committed enough to it. So she dropped out and she decided, you know what, this isn't for me. I need to do something that I really enjoy. So she decided to do to become a book clerk at a bookstore, and who knows, maybe later on she will attempt to do something just a little bit different and move forward. But for now, I mean, she's in her early 20s. She's enjoying life as it is. The rent on this what do you call it, cabin or cottage is, the rent on this cottage is very low for her, which works out perfectly and in her favor. Some of the things in there, it's a little bit dated, I think, which is why, and the location as well, it's out in it's a coastal countryside, so it's just a little bit more affordable for her. She doesn't have any extra things that she does to bring in money, so it works out in her favor, you know, just having this little space just for herself. That's fine. She's happy with it. The house itself, overall value is like $45,000, which I mean, it isn't that very expensive, thank goodness, because I'm guessing that the bills would not be that expensive, which works again in her favor and works with the storyline that I'm going for as well. I play around a little bit in the layout of the place. So basically, when you walk in, it's just an open space. There is the living room, the little reading nook. There is her desk, etc., directly to her left when you walk into the door, and then through there is an open kitchen, and then up the stairs is the loft area where her bedroom is and the bathroom, and out on the deck is, well, out there on the deck. Some of the things in here you will find that they do not match, and that's because the furnishings do not match. That's because she's on a budget, guys. So she always gets things that are probably from flea markets when she gets to go into the city. So she looks out for stuff like that. So nothing in here is nothing in here, I would say, is at cost price, at retail price. I mean, she would most likely buy these things, like I said, secondhand, or those things that have been manufactured and just handmade, sorry, I should say, and of a lesser value than what it would normally be. She's a big supporter of the crafts as well. As you guys can see, I put a lot of the woven mats as well, and the crochet stuff on the wall as well. I think she's just a big supporter of that, and I think for her because she works in a bookstore, she doesn't necessarily have to purchase a whole bunch of books. She can borrow books from the library if she has to, and then she waits until there's a big sale for her to buy stuff. I remember I used to work at a high-end boutique where they sold a lot of home stuff, like really unusual pieces, like nice hand-blown pieces, a hand-painted pottery, and some really chic linens from France. And I always waited until she was doing the year-end sale, and I would buy stuff, because she would go like 50-80% off, and then staff would get an additional discount. So I completely stocked up on stuff like that. I completely stocked up on stuff like that, and the same for the jewelry as well. I do have a love for jewelry. Anyway, I'm not talking about myself. So this is, I anticipate that she was doing a lot of that for herself as well. So yeah, so that's basically what it was. I don't anticipate that she's very big on cooking, but because again this is a little coastal city, and I figured that there's a farmer's market somewhere nearby, and knowing some of the farmers herself, because of the proximity in of the living spaces, I figured that she would most likely have gotten some of her produce, etc. there. So these are all ways that she's cutting costs and able to, you know, just live on her own and make things work out the way that she wants it to work out. I liked the idea of having like a really large sink. Yeah, so that's why I have like 2 sinks in there. It doesn't necessarily even have to be that way, but I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, I liked it. I like the idea of it, so that's where we went with that. And the kitchen is just following, I guess, with the theme that it's with green with wooden tones. It was not intentional, actually. I just happened to pull it out, and I saw like, oh hey, it's green, I'm gonna put it in, it's green. so it worked out in my favor, but it was not something that I planned. So she has like on one side completely, it's just the like cabinetry, etc., with her sinks. The other wall is where the stove and the fridge are, and the counter space for her to be able to do stuff. Personally, I had to put in a bottle of wine, because I figured I like to read and have a glass of wine or tea, so I had to put in that as well. I am a huge avid reader as well, so yeah, so that's what I did with this. And I just put the curtain so that, you know, there's just a little bit she can peek out and stuff, but for the most part it's drawn and closed and scented and stuff. And I do realize that there is a pot inside of the basket, or vice versa. It's because I am going to pull it in later on, and I wanted that space, you know, to be able to remember that I had it out. I never remember this stuff, that what goes where, what comes in with the pack and stuff like that. Guys, I'm horrible with these things. And if you can see, like, you know, I literally have some of the new packs that I recently received. I have not even gone through to browse through and see what it is and what's there. So it's I was a little bit confused going in game, and I'm not gonna lie, like I was even a little bit confused just trying to plan this out. Like I felt like, what do I do? But then being in game, I really missed it. It made me realize how much I missed it, and I want to try at least to hop in the game. But you know, sometimes you just don't have the time anyway. But I did try to make the lighting in the spaces a little bit cozy, a little bit warm for her. That's just how I anticipate it. That's just how I like it, in regards to setting the mood and setting the tone, and just reading spaces as well. I was looking for this cookbook. I know that there is this cookbook, but to place on this little sidebar here, and for the life of me I could not find it. So I thought to myself that I would eventually come back to it, but yeah, I never did. And I also wanted to get the tea making thing. I forget the name, but I can't remember either. So I did put in a moth. I think it's either a moth or a ladybug I put out. I'm not sure. In her kitchen. I think that that's something, another low maintenance pet that she has, that you know, she works well with. I think too that another appeal is that there are lots of stray animals in Brindleton Bay. So that's an appeal that you know, the place had for her as well. It is a little bit of a trek to go into work on a morning, but I think she's okay with it. What I should have done and I didn't do in hindsight was give her a bicycle, because I imagine that she would like to bike around the neighborhood. There are lots of trails there that I think that would be perfect for it, and I didn't remember for me to do it. But I imagine that she most likely takes the bus into the city. I'm not this, yeah, the city where she works or whatever. I don't imagine her owning a vehicle, or if she, yeah, because she can barely afford stuff right now. So I think she knows realistically that owning a vehicle would put the upkeep of that will put her off budget, especially with everything else that she has to do. So she doesn't want to do that. Again, see me here throwing in even more plants, but there are the, you know, the occasional books and stuff that that she can use. I did, when I went in to play, to test it out, for some reason the stairs were gone, so I had to go back in and redo the stairs and everything. I think too it could have been maybe that I didn't have move objects on at the time. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I'm not even going to question it. I'm not going to question it. I just didn't know what was happening at the time. But I did have to put the stairs back in. She went into the kitchen fine. She took her water. She grabbed the book, guys, and she immediately went to sit out here on the dock. Not the dock, on the back porch. And she just sat there drinking her water and reading her book. And it was nice. It was so nice just seeing her interact in the house. I felt that this space definitely suited her. It definitely did. So this is where, guys, you will see that I completely forgot I didn't do the bathroom. I was like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do with the space? I'm like, where am I supposed to fit in the bathroom? And I decided, okay, I'm going to just cut off this front piece here as a bathroom space, and then just make it work into a space for her. I mean, it will be suitable for her. I do change around some of the colors. I'm not sure that I showed of like the sink. I didn't want it to be too brown in here. I mean, it is after all a space. There's a, you know, there we go. You know, I don't want it to be too dark and everything. I should have probably changed the cabinet, that the towel holders and stuff, but I figured that it was probably built into the wall. And I do change the window as well. I changed it from this. I didn't like how it looked in the front, and I put in, I think, 2 windows, double window panel windows there. Yeah, that's what I did, and I closed that space off. Now the business with the roof was driving me crazy. I couldn't see what I was doing, so I just pushed it off to the side for a while. I was wondering, I completely forgot that was part of the roof, and I thought that it was a part of the wall that didn't get painted in, so I tried to fix it up. So yeah, so but there you see, like, even her bed is a second-hand bed frame that she had, and the same with her quilts, etc. Everything. She's a bit tied up for space in regards to her storage space, so she doesn't have like a full cabinet of stuff. So she just has this one dresser where she puts, you know, her stuff, and a basket for the rest of her clothes, and another basket because she likes to go out on the beach sometimes. So she has this other basket here for carrying her stuff around, etc. I imagine a lamp, which is pretty cute. I have no idea where it's from though. I think that this is one of the lamps that she actually bought full price, and she has earbuds as well. Again, she got those maybe off of like a Plopsy. I was gonna say Facebook Market. So she probably got them. Somebody was selling a whole bunch of them really cheap, so she was able to pick up the earbuds there. But for the most part, everything is secondhand. Like I said, I don't know. It felt right. I considered giving her something for musical instruments, but again, I decided against it. And I know this is supposed to go in an apartment, but I felt that it would be a nice thing. Like, she has her plans, and you know, she has ideas of what she wants, and so that is why I put it up on the wall for her. So like, she has ideas that she wants to map out for her future, so that is where she has it. And yeah, and that's it. That is basically it. So I think we're pretty close to approaching the screenshots. I like her space. It feels like a comfortable space. Oh, this, I was trying to make it like it's like a cash pan, where she what do you call it, the thing where you put in your pennies and your spare change, a piggy bank. So I wanted to make this like a piggy bank for her that she's mounted up on the wall, so whatever spare change she has, she puts it out there. And I love the idea of putting in all the little gnomes and stuff like that. In the end, what I did do, and I didn't do it on camera, is just finish up the edge of the landscaping in regards to adding some of the filler plants and the little runner low shrubbery, etc., because it didn't look quite complete to me. So I wanted to finish that off, but I didn't want to take up too much space on you know, the video. So that's what I did in the end. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a while. I will try to come back with it, but here we are with the screenshots. Enjoy. Bye.